Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Visit Milwaukee's monthly webinar series. March has been an exciting month for our city. Marquette men's basketball is in the Sweet 16. The Summerfest lineup just dropped. And of course, Milwaukee made its debut on Bravo's Top Chef Season 21. Already recognized by publications like Eater and Midwest Living as a top dining destination, the arrival of Top Chef in our city and state cemented our status as one of the world's premier culinary cities. Showcasing Milwaukee's sites, restaurants, and chefs who make our city special, Top Chef gives prospective travelers nationwide a taste of what our city has to offer and inspires them to plan their visit to Milwaukee. Our community will continue to reap the tremendous impact of this TV show for years to come. Today, we're going to explore the impact of Top Chef and how your business can capitalize on this massive opportunity. We'll be joined this afternoon by Visit Milwaukee's Senior Creative Marketing Manager, Catherine Levy, and the Director of Communications for Travel Wisconsin, Craig Trost, as we hear their insights into how Wisconsin and Milwaukee landed the popular American Culinary Show, what we have cooking to help make the most of this incredible opportunity, and ways you can maximize the impacts of Top Chef for your organization. Before we get to that, let's go through our regulars. Let's start with the STAR report. You'll notice that both the downtown Milwaukee and Milwaukee County submarkets are down year over year in every statistical category, with the biggest dips in occupancy and RevPAR. Nationally, occupancy was also down 1.8% year over year. And we also saw many of our competing cities having similar year over year decreases in occupancy and RevPAR. As discussed briefly last month, this is a part of a larger industry trend. Unseasonably warm February temperatures and a decrease in snowfall may have suppressed some of the winter travel to Wisconsin. A more temperate winter 2024 was the city's warmest on record at 34.6 degrees. And we also saw just 2.9 inches of snow compared to the average of 11.8 inches. As a destination for winter sports, these warmer conditions may have impacted visitation. I'd like to take a moment to welcome our new and returning partners for March. We can't wait to highlight all the incredible work that you're doing in our city. And as a reminder, we're partner organizations, and there are reasons for this. Firstly, partnerships allow us to maintain a curated network of businesses that align with our mission and goals, ensuring a high standard of quality and relevance in our offerings. Not only does a paid membership help us sustain operations, it also fosters a sense of investment and collaboration amongst all of you, our partners, encouraging you to actively participate in the promotion and development of our community's tourism industry. We are so proud that we have a very low barrier to entry and focus on ensuring that we cover a wide array of businesses from across the region. We always want to welcome new partners, and we are flexible. If you know of someone who isn't listed on our website, you can have them reach out to Brian Cabell, and he will find one of our partnerships that is right for your business. Let's begin our partner updates by wishing all of you a happy Women's History Month. To learn more about the countless women who have made Milwaukee famous and support our local women-owned partners, you can scan the QR code on your screen now. And our team, Brian from Partnership, every week gives us a list of women-owned businesses that we should frequent during this month. As a part of our Women's History Month celebration, we're proud to sponsor the Let's Talk Women Live Out Loud dinner on International Women's Day earlier this month. An action-led movement, Let's Talk Women, is designed to elevate female entrepreneurs, bringing them together in the spirit of camaraderie, counsel, and visibility. The event took place at the Denizen MKE, and throughout the evening, members of our team had the opportunity to sample dishes from over 20 local women-owned businesses. They were able to network, experience a drag show, and so much more. Turning now to the world of sports, congratulations to Marquette University men's basketball team on making the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2013. Defeating the University of Colorado this past Sunday, the Golden Eagles now face North Carolina State on Friday night at 6:09 p.m. in Dallas. This is, again, the team's first Sweet 16 appearance in over a decade. And we look to capture our first men's basketball title since 1977. You can keep up with the Golden Eagles on the road to the Final Four by visiting the Marquette Athletic Department's website. If you can and you have a business that can turn your building blue and gold, please do so. Congratulations to Movida in Walker's Point on completing its new restaurant expansion project. Debuting earlier this month, Movida now offers a rooftop bar and patio with skyline views alongside additional dining space and a first-floor terrace. Stop by and check out the new space or make your reservation today at hotelmadridmke.com. Fitting with our culinary theme for today's webinar, we have a couple new additions to our rich coffee culture, robust dining scene, and vast nightlife offerings around town. Starting with Discourse Coffee's Radio Milwaukee location. The latest location for Discourse Coffee features a menu of well-loved classics, a unique array of experimental beverages, and a curated selection of vinyl from Lilliput Records. Discourse in the Double Dutch Hotel also recently unveiled plans to open a new pastry concept and agency hybrid bar on the hotel's first floor, with plans to open in phases throughout the summer. In the Deer District, the New Fashioned is gearing up to give Milwaukee a hearty Midwestern hello. They've been open for a while now, and this newest project from our partners at Bars and Recreation will opened its doors in the former Punch Bowl social space as a Wisconsin-themed wonderland, complete with an all-season curling, dart ball, a beer wall, and so much more in the 25,000 square feet space. It was incredible, and to mark this exciting moment, they'll be hosting a weekend of grand opening festivities on April 6th and 7th, including their official grand opening ribbon cutting party, a Sunday Fun Day curling party, and a Midwest Nice Party with Charlie Barons. Tickets for all events can be purchased on the New Fashion's website. Far different than its full moon counterpart, the Werewolf, every evening from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., Uncle Wolfie's Breakfast Tavern transforms into Night Wolf, a ramen and cocktail restaurant. Originally a pop-up, Night Wolf is now a permanent fixture at the Brewer Hills restaurant. Check out the restaurant's menu and make your reservation today on the Night Wolf website. The RNC is just 110 days away, and we want to ensure you and your organization are prepared. On April 11th, city officials and the RNC host committee and the committee on arrangement are hosting a community information session at Baird Center for those who may be impacted by the security zone this summer. Business owners and staff whose organizations are located within the security zone are invited to attend an information session at 10 a.m. And then later that evening, residents who are likely to live inside the security zone are invited to attend a 6 p.m. session. Don't miss your chance to hear from public safety and security officials, city departments, and both the RNC host committee and COA about how this event might impact you and or your business. Do you want to get involved with this historic event? You should scan the QR code on your screen right now to learn more about volunteering during the RNC. Remember, the host committee is a 501c3. They are a nonpartisan organization, and that is who you'll be volunteering for. You'll be going out, you'll be selling our city. So remember, it's a nonpartisan position. You won't be on the convention floor. You'll be out making sure people feel welcome while they're here in our city. That includes 15,000 journalists. MPAC, Marcus Performing Arts Center, announced their 2024-2025 lineup for the Broadway season. This year's incredible slate of performances is headlined by timeless classics and dramatic performances, including Beetlejuice, Wicked, MJ the Musical, and so much more. You can visit MPAC's website to find the full lineup and purchase your subscription today. Boswell Book Company's April calendar of events has arrived. You can hear from award-winning authors and up-and-coming writers as they answer questions and share insights into their works. This month's events include a New York Times bestselling author, Jeanette Walls, Milwaukee natives Emma and Susan Straub, and a virtual ticketed event with internationally renowned writer Salman Rushdie. You can see the full schedule and RSVP today on Boswell Book Company's website. On Saturday, April 13th, 101.6 The Truth is hosting the Tory Low Community Cleanup. Sign up to do a little spring cleaning from 8 a.m. to noon at 3 different locations around Milwaukee. Enjoy a fun day out for a good cause with giveaways, lunch, and maybe even a special guest. Gather your friends and sign up on Good Karma Brand's events page today. If the Tory Low Community Cleanup gets you in the spring cleaning spirit, Milwaukee Candle Company recently launched its inaugural MKE Cleanup Series, designed to foster community engagement and environmental stewardship in 3 neighborhoods around town. All participants will receive free coffee and a voucher for a free wax melt from Milwaukee Candle Company. You can learn more on Candle Company's Facebook page. Make Sunday, April 7th a park day in a whole new way by participating in the MKE cleanup series at Mitchell Park. Then head to Best Place at the historic Pabst Brewery for the inaugural Pours for Parks. Experience a taste of Brew City. Fill your cup for a good cause with unlimited pours from over 20 local breweries in a limited edition taster glass. Experience the true flavors of Brew City while raising money to benefit this year's beneficiary, the Friends of Humboldt Park. You can learn more and get your tickets by visiting Mob Craft Beer's website. Celebrate a century of the original cream puff, on June 26th with a 5K walk through State Fair Park. Sign up this week and save with early bird pricing through April 1st. You'll also get sweet treats like a ticket to the Wisconsin State Fair, an original cream puff, a race t-shirt, and so much more. Don't wait. Race to the Wisconsin State Fair website to sign up for this unique run or walk. Let's face it, it would be a walk if it was me. I want to thank everyone who attended the Top Chef premiere party last week at Discovery World. It was an incredible experience to watch our city take the national spotlight on the big screen. As I'm sure you're going to hear from our guests today, this event has an impact that stretches far beyond the 14-episode run. It will drive visitors to our city and inspire people to explore our culinary scene. But the premiere is just the beginning. If you or your business are hosting watch parties for Top Chef, please let us know. We want to promote your events on our website and our Milwaukee events calendar. Remember, we see almost 500,000 visitors every month, so make sure that you reach out to us so we can get that listed. For those of you who had the chance to watch the first episode of the new season, I'm sure you noticed quite a few familiar places and spaces, including both Blue, where the chef testants got to meet each other, and Lupe and Iris. The restaurant has a loaded slate of special events to close out March and throughout April, from Easter brunch to a casual dinner of paella prepared by Adam Siegel. Visit Lupe and Iris's website to secure your spot today. In case you missed it, Miller High Life was also recently announced as the official beer of Top Chef Wisconsin and has launched a Taste of the High Life sweepstakes. The grand prize winner will receive a private cooking class with former Top Chef contestant Justin Sutherland. You can scan the QR code. Is there a QR code on the screen? There's not. You can visit our website for your chance to win. To keep the culinary fun rolling, on Sunday, April 14th, Gallery 218 is hosting James Beard recognized chef Gregory Leone of Emma Linda for a pop-up event from 6:30 to 8:30. You can enjoy the flavors of Spanish and Portuguese-inspired bites from Emma Linda and live music from guitarist Stan Marcus while taking in the works displayed throughout the art gallery in Walker's Point. Don't wait, the deadline to purchase tickets is April 7th. Get your tickets today by visiting Gallery 218's Facebook page. Next month, we're launching into a new era of the Visit Milwaukee brand, and we can't wait to share it with all of you. We've been previewing this brand throughout the city. You can probably see it on my lapel right now, but join us on April 30th at 2 p.m. to discover the fresh look moving our city forward. Keep an eye out for an invite link coming soon. Tickets to Visit Milwaukee's annual meeting and party with partners are now on sale. Taking place in the stunning rooftop in the brand new Baird Ballroom at the brand newly expanded Baird Center. Join us on June 18th from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. as we celebrate everything that all of you guys did in 2023 and look forward to everything you are doing for a history-making 2024. Get your tickets today at visitmilwaukee.org/partners-events. And if you're interested in sponsoring this event, please contact Brian again at the email that you see at his email, which is bkubel@milwaukee.org. Finally, you can stay up to date with the latest breaking news and developments in Weekly Insights. This is my weekly email that spotlights the outstanding work that all of you are doing throughout the city, and then it goes into all of the great work that the team here at Visit Milwaukee is doing. You can sign up for Weekly Insights by scanning the QR code on your screen right now. Now, I'd like to introduce you to today's webinar guests, who will give you a taste of how Wisconsin and Milwaukee landed Top Chef and what we've got cooking to amplify the impact of this national culinary moment and how you can capitalize on this exciting opportunity. I'm going to introduce you to Catherine, who will be on later. Catherine Levy is the Senior Creative Manager and has been with the Visit Milwaukee team for 8 years. She is one of the driving forces behind the organization's brand identity and creative endeavors. Her roles encompass brand management, brand development, advertising campaign oversight, project management, agency relationships, and very importantly, budget allocation. Catherine ensures high-quality creative representation of Milwaukee as a premier destination across various media channels, including print, social, email marketing, events, digital, video, photography, and copywriting. She has worked on our Emmy-nominated show, Good Things Brewing, served on the Downtown Placemaking Task Force, assisted in winning both the RNC and the DNC National Convention bids, as well as many other bids, and hosting efforts for Bravo's Top Chef production. Before her tenure in the tourism industry, Catherine served as an art director at the Milwaukee Magazine, contributed to San Francisco-based publication Drink Me Magazine, and has participated in a leadership development program involving on-the-job training at Quad Graphics. Catherine is one of our proven leaders here at Visit Milwaukee, and like Kristen Kish and Gail Simmons, she feels she could eat only custard forever. Now, I'm excited to introduce today's first guest, Craig Trost, Travel Wisconsin's Director of Communications. Craig is an award-winning communications and public policy professional dedicated to making Wisconsin the best state in the country to play, live, and work. A native of Manitowoc, Craig graduated from UW-Oshkosh with a degree in journalism and has spent nearly 2 decades in public service. His work to secure Bravo's Top Chef taping season 21 in Wisconsin led Craig to be named one of Hospitality Sales and Marketing Association International's 25 extraordinary minds in the tourism industry. He leads a public relations program named the best PR campaign in the nation by both the U.S. Travel Association and HSMI. Prior to joining Travel Wisconsin in 2019, he served multiple governors and led strategic communications and public policy efforts for several state lawmakers. He currently resides in Madison, and we are so fortunate to have Craig Trost leading communications for our state. Craig, I'm going to turn it over to you. Take it away.
All right. Thank you so much, Peggy. It's such a pleasure to be on a webinar with all of you. Oh, that headshot was taken just like what feels like it was literally 2 years ago, but I have so many more gray hairs now, but we got it. We got Top Chef here. I am so excited for today. Yes, I said excited. I have way more food puns for you. Top Chef is an amazing opportunity to elevate perceptions of Wisconsin and of Milwaukee as a culinary destination. We want to be on the map for potential travelers who might not have considered us otherwise. And so I'm just grateful for you all for joining this webinar. Visit Milwaukee and Travel Wisconsin are both taking full advantage of this moment. And today I'm going to share some ideas of how you can too. I'm going to serve you all the tools and information, hopefully, that you need to leverage this spotlight on Wisconsin and Milwaukee. And yes, I've got more Gouda food puns to come. So with that, I'm going to switch the slide here to some photos of of my journey in bringing Top Chef to Wisconsin. It's been a long time coming. I mean, we couldn't do it without incredible partners like Visit Milwaukee. So on your screen right now, you're seeing some photos from a scout trip from November of, I believe, it all blurs together, 22, I believe it was. Chef Paul Bartolotta from Milwaukee came to us. He appeared as a guest judge on Top Chef season 6, and we have to give credit where credit is due. None of this happens if he doesn't continue to pitch and pitch and pitch. I think season 6 was the spark that really started the fire that eventually became Top Chef season 21 in Wisconsin. For about 7 or so years there, he was just pitching every leadership team at Visit Milwaukee, every leadership team at Travel Wisconsin. He told me he just kept asking and asking and asking. And look, it's expensive to host a show like Bravo's Top Chef, and people I think were scared off of the price tag. But I think the current team at Travel Wisconsin and Visit Milwaukee, I think we're just built different. You got to dream big to go big, and we're here. We're on a big stage because we just kept saying yes, and none of us had the money to bring this in, but how do we work together? How do we do this? So in April of 2021, Chef Bartolota put us on our first call with the Top Chef producers. We were off to the races immediately after that. The most common question I get throughout all this Top Chef stuff is, was it hard to bring Top Chef to Wisconsin? And that's a tough question to answer, but honestly, it was a ton of work. But I don't think it was that difficult. People love Wisconsin. I raised $1.3 million as an incentive package to bring the show to Wisconsin in 6 phone calls. Our partners just saw the vision. They got it. They wanted it here in Wisconsin. They put together a scouting trip of 56 different stops for the producers in 6 days. And you're seeing some of those stops in Milwaukee on the screen right now. The producers have just been waiting for Wisconsin to get in the game. One of the producers, literally his great maybe grandfather was the governor of Wisconsin. He grew up in Middleton. I mean, they love this state. They love our culinary story, and they know that we've got a compelling culinary and cultural combination here in Wisconsin. And so that scouting trip, November of 22, in July of 23, they called up and said, hey, we're coming, get ready. So Milwaukee was the home kitchen, and we were just so excited about it. They call it the Top Chef effect, and it's absolutely real. The New York Times once called Top Chef one of the most influential forces shaping the way Americans think about restaurants and chefs. And Milwaukee has already seen the Top Chef effect, as you'll see in the next slide here. Three Brothers for sure has seen it. I mean, Top Chef host Kristen Kish and co-host Gail Simmons posted about their experience dining at Three Brothers on social media, and business just exploded right away. In fact, the waiting list was so long that the show's other co-host, Tom Colicchio, couldn't even get a reservation right away. And that's just the beginning of the Top Chef effect. I mentioned the $1.3 million in incentive earlier to bring the show to Wisconsin, but what I haven't mentioned is that the show paid for itself before a single episode ever aired. About half of their crew was hired locally. They spent between $5 and $6 million during production, and that included 7,000 hotel room nights. But the Top Chef effect doesn't end there. When we talk about the effects of news coverage, we often sort of measure it against the cost of buying an advertisement in that newspaper or on that television show. Since they announced Top Chef would film in Wisconsin, we've gotten more than 1,000 press clips mentioning Wisconsin or Milwaukee at an advertising value of just under $100 million. So Visit Milwaukee's $250,000 investment in this show is approaching a 400 to 1 return on investment in terms of earned media ad value. And I think we think that's really great strategy. But next week, I think Peggy and I and Claire and Josh and others are going to just play Powerball just in case. But holy cow, those numbers are just eye-popping. And it's amazing. Eater, as Peggy mentioned earlier, named Milwaukee to its top places to eat in 2024. Both Forbes and Food and Wine filed stories from the red carpet last week in Milwaukee. And the Forbes headline, you can't even buy this. The Forbes headline says, Top Chef Wisconsin premiere cooks up excitement in Milwaukee. As the comms director for the state of Wisconsin, if I can get Wisconsin and Milwaukee and Top Chef all in the same headline, that is a trifecta. I will take that any day. And I hate talking about advertising equivalency because I don't think it's equivalent. I think that earned media is worth a lot more than paid media because it is that third-party validation. You can't buy press this good. So we're having a day and a week and a month and a year over here, and we're really excited. And that's it all starts with looking at the data. So even before landing Top Chef, we knew that the data showed us that food is a huge part of travel, and some visitors plan their entire vacation around a dining experience. I don't know if you have an American Express card in your wallet, but if you look at the 2023 American Express Global Travel Trends Survey, food is a top motivator for travelers. 70% of millennials have been inspired to visit after seeing a place on TV, and 47% of millennials have planned an entire trip around visiting one restaurant. I'm going to tell you a story. There's a journalist in Madison the Madison Capital Times. She is the food writer for the Cap Times. She has seen every single episode of Top Chef. Her and her husband travel to wherever the show filmed that previous season. That's their annual family vacation. And I'm sorry to say we've ruined her family vacation because now she just has to go up the road here in Wisconsin. But she is just the tip of the iceberg salad. There are so many different people out there whose families travel by fork and go exactly where the show went. So get ready, they're coming. And you're probably wondering what at this point, like, okay, what's Travel Wisconsin doing to squeeze more juice out of the orange that goes on the top of the brandy old fashioned? Well, here's what we're up to. So we've launched a fully integrated marketing and public relations campaign. This is the most robust integrated campaign we've ever executed. And it starts with going bigger than we've ever gone before with, drum roll please, a national televised ad that we did along with us and the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation. We both kicked in and split two 15-second spots that will run nationally on Top Chef.
Here's to Wisconsin's top restaurants, top shorelines, top courses, top trails, and moments like these that easily jump to the top of your must-do list. Here's to those who Wisconsin.
Oh, I love seeing those ads. That gives me chills every time. That was our very first national ad ever. And hopefully that's just the first of many to come. Not only are we doing a national ad, but we've launched a dedicated culinary landing page on travelwisconsin.com. Think of it as our Top Chef hub. And it's already skyrocketed. Before we put any money behind it, we haven't done any paid promotion. It's already one of the top 10 pages on travelwisconsin.com. We've got interactive maps that highlight episode locations. So every single episode that airs, we will add more locations to where the show filmed. Think of it as a Top Chef trail, if you will. We've also got locations the judges have said were their favorites while they were here. We've been combing media and checking out their Instagram accounts and whatnot just to find all those gems. And of course, we have our own, speaking of gems, we have our own list of gems throughout the entire state because it is our job from the state to make sure we're telling a statewide story. So we're really excited about that website, using these tactics and knowing the interest of consumers who travel by fork. We expect to see a whoppering 1 million views throughout the end of 2024. And in addition to the website and the ads, public relations is also crushing it. We've hosted 21 culinary journalist trips in the past year. A couple of those were on the red carpet that I talked to you just a minute ago about. Most of them have been connected to Top Chef in some way, shape, or form, whether they flew in here to tape it, to be at the taping of an episode, or flew in here for the red carpet, and then we just sent them out to dine their way around Milwaukee, Madison, and the rest of the state. And we do this a lot in Milwaukee because Claire and her public relations team are such great partners. Look, Milwaukee is the hottest place to eat right now, and you've got a great airport. And so we love to try to fly people in and out of Milwaukee. So buckle up, work with Claire's PR team, and make sure you're a partner of Visit Milwaukee so that we can continue to get that story out. Okay, so I'm having a cherry of a good time with all these food puns, but I want to talk to you about specifically the things that you can do to take advantage of all that Top Chef will bring to Milwaukee. So there's a couple of QR codes in here, so get out your phones and get ready. So first and foremost, updating your listings is really important. I mentioned earlier, we expect 1 million sessions on travelwisconsin.com's culinary landing page. Take advantage of this. It is a free tool. Go ahead and update your listings, whether you are connected to the culinary world or you're just ready to host hungry people in between meals while they're in Milwaukee. Now is your time to update your listings on our website. There's a lot of tips that we've got for updating listings. Make sure your listing shines on travelwisconsin.com. These listings are free, but we want to make sure that your content stands out. So you can scan that QR code right there. It'll have resources and for listing your business. It's all connected to our Here's to Those Who Wisconsin campaign toolkit. So first and foremost, make sure to include high quality images. It really is true that a picture is worth 1,000 words. We recommend 2 to 5 really great, clear, well-lit landscape format photos. That's important. If your image includes people, make sure that they are the ones with the smiling faces, because your business is so awesome that the people in the photos should be telling that on their faces. Write attention-grabbing descriptions. Tell travelers what makes each offering worth a visit, but keep it short. We recommend about 300 words or less. Include categories and amenities that visitors look for. We kind of call these attribute information on travelwisconsin.com through our searchable listing filters. So people travel with their values and their wallets, right? And adding attributions can highlight accessibility features, showcase diverse-owned businesses. If your location highlights sustainable initiatives, think about joining our Travel Green program, which just adds even more options for travelers to search for their listings when they're trying to find businesses to visit based on their specific interests. What's new is a big deal for us in the PR space. In public relations, when we do pitching, we really have to answer the question, why this, why now, for journalists when we're trying to get that national media. And every year, Travel Wisconsin puts a What's New survey out, telling us what's fresh and new in the state. So we ask for information and through our destination marketing organization. So I think the message here is, please stay in touch with Claire and the Visit Milwaukee team. If you've got any new culinary restaurants, any new anniversaries, any new attractions popping up around food, events, whatever, please make sure the Visit Milwaukee team knows so that we can know. And then, of course, we've got our cooperative program that we do with destination marketing organizations. And Visit Milwaukee is always really great about jumping on this and taking advantage of our investment to maximize their public relations dollars to go even further. So I'm looking forward to hosting a content creator with the Visit Milwaukee team, a social media creator, as well as pitching more journalists with them through this very co-op program. And here's another one directly for you all on this call. You can submit a culinary deal free, absolutely free, through our co-op offering. So shoot that QR code. You just submit your details through Travel Wisconsin's extranet marketplace, along with your offer headline description, the specifics of the offer, the value, date, range, photo, and URL. And we will be doing paid traffic to that page. So if you have a culinary deal, buy one, get one, or whatever it might be, free appetizer, free dessert, or whatever, make sure to take advantage of this free opportunity. We will literally be driving traffic to that page through our paid promotions. So get that exposure for yourself. And remember that those Top Chef fans, they're hungry. We know they travel by fork. So now is your chance to get ready and take full advantage by maximizing the many free programs at Travel Wisconsin and at Visit Milwaukee to maximize all of this buzz for your individual business. So to put it another way, I hope you get your piece of the Top Chef pie. Thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you, Craig. Glad to be here today. Thank you for all those great tips and being a great partner of Visit Milwaukee. It's been a long journey to bring Top Chef to Milwaukee, and we appreciate your dedication and partnership along the way, and know our work is just beginning here. We're still thinking about last week's premiere party, and we were thrilled to host the Top Chef judges, host contestants, and the media at Discovery World last Wednesday. Thank you to everybody who helped make that happen, and it was truly an exciting night. The energy was palpable, and it was so evident to everyone in the room how special that evening was. Wednesday's episode was only the beginning, but it showcased our vibrant culture, beautiful skyline, and 3 of our amazing chefs, Paul Bartolotta, Adam Siegel, and Dan Jacobs as a contestant. We're so excited to see where he goes this season. The exposure was undoubtedly significant impact on our tourism in Milwaukee, in our region, and across the state. So we wanted to share a few ways that Visit Milwaukee is capitalizing on the momentum in 24, layered on with all of that great work that Travel Wisconsin is doing. Craig already touched base a little bit on media mentions and how important earned media is. The Top Chef premiere event alone led to 1,900 media hits, March 15th to 24th, which resulted in 14 billion impressions. That's an ad equivalent of $26.6 million in ad spend. And these hits came from both local and national outlets, including Forbes, Entertainment Tonight, US Weekly, and more. Here's a few of those headlines. They're great. Like you said, you can't buy these. Our communications team will continue to highlight the vibrant dining scene and, of course, Top Chef in all media opportunities throughout the year, as well as work with food-focused influencers like Black People Eats, who visited Milwaukee last week and had a great time. So we look to TV shows inspiring travel, and we'll continue to reinforce that. And we know that it will drive visitors to our city. Next up, we are continuing to capitalize on all of that great momentum from the first Top Chef episode, and we encourage our partners to do the same. So please create and share watch parties with us at Visit Milwaukee. We know that Zocalo is hosting a weekly watch party, and Milwaukee Magazine has plans to host a watch event as well, April 3rd, at Enlightened Brewing with a live Q&A after the show. Be sure to share that event information with us, get it into our events calendar online. We post that on socials as well as putting out in our weekly newsletter to make sure that we're covering all of that great events and celebration around Top Chef. We'll also make sure that it goes onto our webpage as well. That's capturing all of that information. Additionally, we're serving up the spring issue of Midwest Living. The cover features the star of Bravo's Top Chef, the stars of Bravo's Top Chef, the judges, the host, and they dish on the filming of the new season, Midwest road trips, and their favorite eats in the Dairy State. The cover and feature article were photographed by local award-winning photographer Kevin Miyazaki. And to help capitalize on that Top Chef cover, Visit Milwaukee purchased the full-page back cover to make sure that we have the visibility against such a strong cover and highlight the culinary scene here in Milwaukee. This magazine reaches over 2.5 million readers, and it's reinforced that all the dining headlines, like Midwest Living, naming Milwaukee the best culinary city. Additionally, we hope you've already received your 2024 official visitor's guide, which did feature a cover, again, highlighting local chefs and their recipe, and it included an 8-page feature teasing the Milwaukee Cookbook project set to debut during National Travel and Tourism Week. The cookbook celebrates Milwaukee's area diverse food and restaurant culture. Local chefs shared their recipes that they have a personal connection to. Maybe it was a grandmother's recipe or something that their kids are really fond of, rather than the items they share on their restaurant menus. Here's a further look at some of that gorgeous photography from the project, and we are so excited to share this. Again, it was photographed by local photographer Kevin Miyazaki and written by a local food critic, Ann Christensen. We can't wait to showcase all of the aspects of Milwaukee's restaurants, from James Beard award winners to small family restaurants and everything in between. The stories are really unique and emotional and tell a great story of Milwaukee's dining scene. We've also been sharing a printed excerpt of these pieces on the road at trade shows. Next up, you're seeing a peek of Visit Milwaukee's leisure campaign and social channels that are currently running. We are continuously reinforcing all things dining in 2024. Ina Lee's award-winning Food Talk series continues as she highlights the familiar classics, the newly opened cafes or restaurants, and everything in between. And of course, all things Top Chef. Keep an eye out for weekly content on Instagram or TikTok. Our 2024 digital display ad spend includes a buy with Huddled Masses, a minority-owned boutique digital firm providing programmatic ads to multicultural targets. The creative was shown on that previous slide. And the goal here is to reach diverse audiences and drive those visits and spending to the city of Milwaukee. We also continued work with Epsilon. Last year, this proved to be an extremely effective ad buy, and we doubled down on the spend. The return was $111 for every dollar invested with that partner. We've expanded those ad placements to include high visibility display units that target travel intenders. And we'll be watching both of those campaigns closely and adjusting placements throughout the year for maximum impact. Visit Milwaukee is excited to partner with Forever Media for a 10-episode podcast series focused again on culinary. Jamar Jones will host the podcast, which is heavily promoted across various platforms, including Truth Radio, the Forever podcast itself, Streamcast, social media, and more. Listeners can tune in wherever you find your favorite podcasts, and the platform will allow us to reach new audiences and continue to tell the Top Chef and Milwaukee cookbook stories. And lastly, I wanted to mention that Visit Milwaukee's new brand will formally launch April 16th at the Business Journal Luncheon, the Future of Milwaukee brand. Join us for the public unveiling of the new brand, including a peek behind the data and strategy. And you will find in that presentation that at the heart of the research, our cultural diversity and our food scene was top notch. So join us to hear from key leaders of the most important tourism drivers of 2024 and what it means for the future of our city. Panelists include Peggy, Mayor Johnson, Janine Edwards, Marty Brooks, Sarah Pancari, Sherry Black, and more. Our key place pillars for the new brand will be fresh, flavor, and forward. That messaging has already begun in all channels, and you will find that the flavor of Milwaukee is something that keeps bringing people back for more. We can't wait to share more of those brand visuals with you and the messaging soon, and we hope you love it as much as we do. And lastly, don't forget to tune in to this week's episode of Top Chef tomorrow at 8 o'clock on Bravo.
Thank you, Catherine. That was great information. Craig, thank you as well. As you can see, there's a lot of work that has been done to bring Top Chef to Milwaukee, and a lot you can do to capitalize on this. If you ever have questions, you can certainly reach out to our team. We can help with a lot of these things if there's anything that you need help with. I was speaking with someone earlier today from one of our smaller municipalities, and they were asking how they could capitalize on this. And I said, you can watch the show, and if you have a restaurant that's doing something similar to what they've done on the show, as seen on Top Chef, we're doing this. I mean, there's all of these different things that you as individual owners of individual businesses can do to capitalize on this once in a lifetime moment. And with that, I don't see any questions in the chat, and I don't see any in the questions. So I want to thank all of you for being on the call today. And we look forward to talking to you all next month. And hopefully you can join us at the Business Journal for the launch of our new brand. Have a great week, everyone. Thank you.